Bun sao translates to sizzling cake, and it gets its name because when you pour the batter onto a hot skillet, it makes a distinct sizzling sound.
Food plays a very large role, I think, because it mostly ties back to the sense of community and family in Vietnamese culture. Just the basic act of just eating together with your family, I think it holds a lot of cultural values for Vietnamese and Vietnamese Americans now that's kind of hard to express and translate to other people who aren't really part of the culture, just because it's something so personal and it has to do with a lot of, you know, memories tied to your family, stuff like that.
Vietnamese food is important to me because it serves as a link to Vietnamese culture and Vietnamese customs that I might have forgotten as a Vietnamese American. It's something I haven't necessarily grown up with, but it's something I want to remember and keep in touch with. And food serves as a reminder of that because it's something my parents grew up with, my grandparents grew up with, and it's nice to have that to still be there so I don't completely forget who I am and where I come from.
For a lot of second generation Vietnamese Americans, things like trips to the grocery store with their families or with their parents, and preparing meals together brought the sense of closeness with the family. And also things like ethnic markets, like these supermarkets in enclaves of where Vietnamese people are, for example. I feel like it brings a sense of community to people who are not from the US. The act of eating together alone, it held a really special place, like, you know, for Vietnamese people, that I think still exists today, that's really hard for Vietnamese and Vietnamese Americans to like properly translate to people who aren't like in their culture.
For me, Vietnamese food is a link to a reminder of culture where I'm from, but to my parents, it's much more. They grew up eating this in Vietnam as children before they had to flee. It's the dish they ate, and I'm sure whenever they eat it, it reminds them of their memories of home, of Vietnam before 1975, before they had to come to America. And it's a good thing that they're still able to eat it here. They're still able to cherish Vietnamese culture here in America. And it's just a nice reminder of how far they've come, where they're from, and who they are now.
Food is, to me, is one of the last things that Vietnamese Americans have to hold on to their culture while still trying to navigate how they are Vietnamese and American at the same time.